perform. His fundamentals are just that strong. Meanwhile, for Global Esports, Pulvy just starts things off.
Yeah, that door closes, but the opportunity for Pulvy.
Sir Elbow, they might just be able to break things open.
Angois has that camera open 24/7 here. Nate's being thrown out already. There's the wingman for the easy plants. Not even going to be a cancel, deny, or anything. Blaze King does get the kill onto Crazy Guy as well. This is a...
Bleed has to go in for that defuse, and as soon as they stick, the spray comes in, and it's just post-plant delays for days.
Ooh. Lots of efforts here for both Egoist and Durian. Durian somehow making it work, but time not his friend. It shall be his enemy, and it shall be so much mid-control, and Bleed never really recontacted it, so they couldn't really figure out where Global was planning to push. It was more of a wait for the stimuli and then react, and that doesn't work when you're up against a team like Global that really likes to take the...
So of course, well, this is just a bit of a save round for Bleed. How much can they really pull off? That's the question. That's what Ye was playing under this weird new name when they were trying to keep it under wraps. But anyway, it's definitely something that you want to respect. Because Darian is not someone that you want to underestimate. Are moving forward into the A site. It's trampling, it's a lot of noises. Bleed are, well, not quite able to fight back.
Yeah. Again, it's just Global Esports turning into this bald fist that will just punch their way into the site. Egoist, he's got a lot of utility to work with here. Even the safety to pick up that Spectre as well. 2 versus 1. He's unaware that the players of Global have just, doubled up here on Elbow, as we can see. So he'll just take his sweet time. I don't know if him cooking like this is going to allow him to win the round, but maybe make it expensive is the way to go. Fortunately, Blaze King, a bit too quick.
We've seen that Viper's toxic screen from Ye being relegated towards A instead.
Colby's in trouble. Can he get out of harm's way, though? He's alone on an island. He's already brought out his classic because he was just loot. And when that fails, Global Esports now left scratching their heads, hoping that maybe their other lurker, Benkai, is going to find some contact and success here on top mid. Okay, that's a little bit wishful thinking,
Just shots up over the stairs.
Oh, no way he survives. He didn't. I mean,
a lot of players to work through.
I think I can jump over this, but I mean, Scary's prepared to hear the shot. They're here to jump and punish the transition. There it is.
Last player standing.
And there it is. By himself. I kind of get is what he does best, right? But in Sunset, where there's so many angles, there's so many traps that can really thwart that kind of approach, he needs some backup from his teammates, right? Anyways, Russ, IGL.
Some options, but the Thrasher being spent now. It's just a bit of info. If anything, a bit of a tell for Bleed to actually reinforce the A site. Darian is here with a showstopper available.
30 seconds. He's getting mighty close to first contact right now, and he's not going to be unaware of Blaze King. That might be a big mishap in Bleed's decision-making. And immediately, Global Esports, you see them opening up the site, and that's what they were looking for. All down to Egoist. Global's of what you can do in Sunset, right? Rather than relying on your duelist to enter the site.
Up in this position, meanwhile, Russ calls for the rotations back over onto A site. They did this in the previous round. Let's see if Bleed can get a good read on it at this point.
There's a tripwire there as well in Link. If anybody pushes that, should be an easy kill here for Scary. Ye is by himself. He's already activated both of his snake bites right now, so he can't really push up without any smoke coverage, so he has to back away and just wait for his teammate to go with him. Now, it's going to be a straight-up firefight here at the back of the site, and it hasn't really panned out well for Bleed, excuse me. Now, Global is going to be left, Bleed is going to be left with Scary and Egoist. Scary is already at the site, but can't really push. Egoist now, it looks like they want to fight for this. They're not going to save at all. They don't want to risk any more of the rounds. Paranoia activated here. Maybe try to brute force their way against a team that knows.
That was clearly Bleed's game plan. You mentioned that tripwire, Asarai. Scary did get the
plans, but it's definitely not now. We're not feeling Scary anymore as that clutch king. Oh, that haunt is absolutely phenomenal from Blaze King. Exposes the entirety of that A site, makes it easy for Polvi to find the first pick. His teammates gets another, and you already know it's a secured A site. Firepower is definitely in the hands of Global here.
Almost makes you question if Bleed looks really uncomfortable on Sunset. I mean, clearly they have the composition for it, and in this round, at the very least, it is, you know, just an eco. But Global are decisively breaking into sites. Blaze King at the end.
Here from Legia. I think this has been an issue with the Bleed in the past when they start to lose, you know, contact or any kind of info on the map. They start doing this. But anyways, Polvi rips one out. Is he gonna find Egoist? That's gonna be huge. If he does, Egoist survives. No way! It clips the stairs here, Quack. And that allows him to break through. The trap's right there. Lightning Fast can't get in quick enough. And this leaves Rush, the IGL, once again by himself in a position where he might as well just fall down, which he does. This is a given thing here for Bleed because it gives enough for Durian to also pick up the operator, which is tremendous. No one else was...
And they're very much so ready to receive it too. Polvi. It's an op versus op, but Darian's got the other angle, takes down Lightning Fast, and as it happens, Crazy Guy comes back in around just to check.
Yikes. Polvi's on an operator, so you can't really deal with so many angles, slow pushing like that when no one is checking your 6. One at the corner here. Crazy Guy actually picks himself out the operator, wants the challenge, and they will get punished gloriously by Benkai. If you find some opening here, maybe...
Right areas. And at the same time, I mean, just a good little bit of slicing the pie for Benkai. Now coming back into it, the op. A bit of early aggression, but then punish right back. Crazy Guy with the Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, making sure that his teammate is going to be safe. What's the 2 damage on Polvi here? Benkai snuck himself all the way up to A. Scary unawares. His ultimate. If Egoist can time this perfectly, nobody from Bleed is going to be aware of... Oh, never mind. That Thrash is just diabolical.
With that, Stopper trying to bring things back for his team. It starts things off with the op shot, and that does bring numbers back just by a bit.
Polvi slowly coming into mid. Ooh, Crazy Guy. Thought he bit off more than he can chew. This man's got molars for days. Durian. Does he risk himself to push here with the...
It's a lot of weird, like, individual fights. Darian with a nice attempt to try to deter them away from B at the very least, but then towards the end, like you mentioned, it was really just Benkai sneaking in. I think part of it is also how the map is laid out and Bleed not really able to watch everything. Right, you got this double... Precisely. It's lovely to see how global esports are starting to move these puzzle pieces to make them all fit together. First of all, you got Polvi, who's a bit of a wild card sometimes, but then Benkai, this proven entity, and we know how he lurks. We know how he hides and strikes when the iron is hot.
To a G winning.
Very, very careful. And look at how they're still maneuvering across. Still Benkai on the lurk, carefully checking corners. They want to make sure that they can keep the numbers advantage as they execute in, but Scary does not let that happen.
Lightning Fast already down. Yay and Egoist. Whew, look at this, backside control. Lightning Fast cannot get out. Shot step. Catched up by Yay. 3. Does he have no money for the cages?
Not too sure, but at the very least,
yeah,
there's one up by elbow. He knows that this is a spot that Global has approached many times before and wants to counter it.
Oh, that's a huge haunt. Who's got the here's the party? That is going to be Durian dunking it in the face of Benkai. And this is a bloody take here for Bleed. Somehow manages to get in. Durian throws out the nade. Can he find one? Lightning Fast with the late lurk and the counter late lurk from Yay. It's 1-1. Global Esports, they've doubled up. They got a solid positioning right now. And Durian still holding this operator. We'll have to wait for Yay to double up with him. But Yay just runs into the side and, well, trips up face first into the embracing hands of Polvi and teammate. Happens twice now with Durian. Every single time we've seen it on social media. Always giving their beloved team that support. Polvy's the one right now with the showstopper. How does that not connect on Ye? On the corner. Doesn't matter. Still gets the kill. Man is on a tear here. Global Esports want to make a Quack, but they're coming back to A, where Durian seems to be prepared, but is he truly?
Yeah, I don't know how he can escape with this one. Oh my goodness!
He doesn't need to escape, man. He only needs to thrive, and he gets the collateral. Polvy does shut him down very quickly. Damage be done.
To be able to do that, if not at the very least, he's got the recon for his team to come in at the retake. They've got the numbers for it, but Polvy has paint shells too. I don't know if he wants to push out even further though, that's the thing. Because he might get punished, and that's basically going to be the round for Bleed now.
You know, I was thinking that he was going to use all of those utilities of his, but he doesn't really need to. You know why? They're not expecting him to be on the site.
Yeah.
So him just being... So the rest of Bleed now push up onto A side. Polvy, he almost got decapitated there by Egoist, but decides otherwise. Here comes Benkai. Here's the footsteps, backs away. Bleed, they've been sought after, they've been found out, and Polvy here pulverizes Egoist. That's going to leave Bleed trapped on A main. If Polvy decides to actually push the tempo right now, and Bleed, they're taking fights that they can't win. We're not done just yet, hold on. Benkai's around the corner here, spotted out by Durian, so maybe this is the fight that Bleed are finally looking for. But there is still so much to
squad. They carry on the same statistics from last year in VCT Pacific, having one of the most highest number of initial round wins, as Blaze King taps them all down with a ghost.
That's a huge, huge upset there for Global. 5-8. Bleed also coming off of that high with the pickup on Ye, but it feels like Ye is so out of his element here, whether it's because he's on a new stat, Bleed are having to face, and Global are just eating that up. Oh, this wall. If it drops, Lightning Fast got a chance. Blaze King first on contact, has a seize, locks them up into the prison. If he pushes out, well, he doesn't need to because Lightning Fast is right there with him. That's going to be a quick cleanup here.
Rotation's coming over. As long as Lightning Fast can do his job, you know, he still has that paranoia available. Blaze King as well with a haunt for info.
Yeah. I was actually just about to point that out. How much statistic do we have on how effective Blaze King's haunts have been? Because it's been giving away so much positioning right now. Look at Durian just dodging into the site itself. Like Fast not going to be able to escape that one. Explosion from Bleed is here. Oh, that is a huge mosh pit. That blinds everybody. Ye just frantically spraying it down. Polvy picks himself up. A Spectre pushes up, but Scary's on top of that case. His teammate giving him some leeway to pick up that orb and back away into A main. If he decides to push up, maybe he can find something, but it seems like Polly might have overheated a little bit here, jiggling a little bit too much, and Crazy Guy put a pinch on the late lurking Ye, but B-side should be theirs. Never mind, Ye turns it back, and now he's got that late lurk that GE will have to deal with. And it's deal upon deal. All right, we're not done just yet. It's fine. We're charging in. Benkai's huge. He gets another one. We'll get shut down by Egoist. As dust settles, who's getting the advantage right now? Feels like it's Bleed. Should be. They are pushing Lightning Fast, but the punishes and the quick trades for Global Esports are just too damn fast, and Bleed can't keep up.
As Blaze King approaches from behind,
if you strike us, cut one head down, two will take its place. They are so quick at just reacting to the stimuli that Bleed is dishing out. And this hasn't been Bleed's strongest recontact at all. You can find something maybe for Ye here. Okay, never. As soon as I say that, Ye does exercise him out of the sight. As the Nightfall used very haphazardly. No follow-up just to scare them, but the pin making it very difficult to them to push over. What is happening here? Egoist, he just pumps a couple of shots. He can't find nobody, and Lightning Fast finds Ye left in a 2 versus 1.
It's still not quite enough to bring Bleed to a decisive win.
Speaking of not going to be enough. Oh, hold on. Polvy's in trouble here. He decides to go on the other direction that might have been incorrect for him. Russ has pocketed himself onto the corner in the IGL. not falling behind. Let's go. Oh, what a controlled spray from Lightning Fast and Russ. Egoist now alone. Polvi might not have gotten any kills, but his teammates sure made use of the push outside of mid that he has just done. Neural Theft activated.
Are definitely going to come after you. Russ has the Thrasher.
30 seconds
Stay in a spot that's, you know, well concealed enough that Russ can't find you. I guess Market is away. Maybe you sneak back out to the top of mid, come back in with a big flank. That is an idea, but Bankai is watching the back.
Oh. Oh my god! No! Russ actually found him! Showing what it means. Yeah, there it is. I mean, whether it's by sheer intuition or because the meter for Thrash...
Because he's picking up a lot of pistol kills and some nice cleanups as well. Now back into it, last-ditch effort from Bleed. It's going to be a bit of a contact play towards B main.
They're just running it down. I mean, everybody from Bleed was shot by the paranoia of Lightning Fast. Lightning Fast, though, holding inside his own smoke. That's about to dissipate pretty soon here as he pushes out and covers the entirety of the Bleed conspiracy on B main. Double satchel from Turion. Man is clean. Bankai is by his lonesome, and that's going to be a quick, clean round for Bleed here. Not the end.
Whatever it is, it puts Bleed out on top.
And resets their economy too. Durian, they're committing their ultimates here, Quack. Very much so, everything. I mean, sure. You know, if you can secure the rounds, might as well. Polvi, is he gonna stab him? No, okay, he still gets it. I'm losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I thought. Crazy guy just at the nick of time, right? And then Polvi just panics a little bit, brings out the classic, hits the alternate fire. Tap burst. Sure, let's go with that. What is happening? The timings have been so...
Polvi on an op now, though, and I want to see what the idea is behind this.
It is to get kills with the sniper. That is the idea. But the idea will not be turned into a reality, as it's been pretty much snuffed out by Crazy Guy here. Bankai's hoping that they might push a bit forward here. Heroics from the sub-IGL, as I probably would call it. Anyways, Bleed, clean on the take. They just waited a couple of seconds. Able to get one. Blaze King trying to hold the back of the side, but will lose control instantaneously. And the rest here of Global Esports trying to brute force their way. It might work, but...
If they can come in for a big flank, a big retake, Bleed might not be able to hold off against it. So now Polvi back into his market. They got more lines of sight.
Bankai has gotten the first kill. Step in the right direction right now for Global Esports. Oh no.
Ooh.
Wingman and Dizzy makes Egoist a sad, sad boy. 3 more players here for Bleed. Global Esports coming back alive. Yay and Scary. Controllers a miss. They will try to do their darndest to stop the defuse from coming in, but it will not be denied. Ye's on the last legs. No one's still defusing it right now. Wait! Okay, there we go. They just try to spray through the Viper's Pit, but it's gonna get DE9. And Global Esports finally find that one play to secure this. Not taking away Global Esports that had a phenomenal first game. Anyways, as the pistol starts to go here, contact will be at A site. Very low dart coming in from Blaze King. It might actually have hindered a lot more of the information gathering that was being hoped for here by Global Esports. Bleed now starting to march their way up into the push here. Bankai gets immediately spotted, not yet gutted, but he's getting pushed out, and his teammate is not gone. Lightning Fast is holding on. If he can reposition as well, has the spike.
They're anticipating that. They know they've got numbers advantage. They've got the shock dart, they've got the high tide, the cove. They're going to come in with this retake.
Oh, the alarm bot is deactivated. It just came up right now. Lightfast is aware, but Durion's too quick. And now Benkai, 27 HP.
Removed.
Man, he's an aim monster. Another one at the flank, that's going to be Egoist. His turret is up, so if he gets some breathing space, maybe he can actually close the distance and utilize it, but he just decides to go for it. Getting closer and closer. He hasn't gotten the most value off of his KO, as was being pointed out a day ago by the desk of Global Esports here on that A site. Blazecape. It's not gonna work. Fortunately, plant will commence, and the post will happen.
I mean, they've already got the numbers advantage, dwindling Global Esports as they try to push in. So despite this being a forced fight, it's not going to be an easy one. Good shot from Polvi, though.
Oh, it's a big flash. There you go. That's what they were looking for. Blazecape throwing the utility inside the smoke. Gets himself an advantage here, repositions. They don't know where he is. And you're absolutely right. Polvi's Outlaw is something to be feared about, as Global Esports dismantling the defense and making this forced buy work out in their favor.
Wow, what a way to bring things. It's a deadly force. This is why they picked it up. And on the other side for Global, continuing to push forward now. They can't just stop the spike plant happening.
It is so messy. Look at this, Polvi. It's not only something that's got his elevation working in his favor. Ye and Ego is stuck at the back of the site. They were able to pick up a couple of weapons, but it's just not working out so well for them. Benkai comes in from
Here comes Crazy Guy information.
Oh, no.
Actually,
Actually,
see it.
Yeah, maybe no information gathered. Polvi and Ye,
Here.
they're just barely missing each other here. Ye's holding a different angle. It's just one thin piece of metal. There's Ye, but he unleashes the entirety of this. Durion's been exposed to the back of the site.
30 seconds
Might not be long for this world, but because they haven't commit the push fully, he can still reposition. And he is using that wall. He is using the smoke.
Standing.
It still just gets thrown up in the air. That's going to be another great global contact. And Scary forced himself to create that Outlaw by itself, right? The Outlaw's a strong weapon, sure, but it gets with on this defense that hasn't been, again, addressed by them in these couple of rounds.
Yeah, I guess now that he's got a Marshal, maybe you're trying to find some kind of a sneaky pick. Then again, Polvi trying to do the same thing with the Blade Storm. But right now, Lee just trying to make sure that Global doesn't get to execute on A as many times as they've done before. With Scary's Toxic Screen, it doesn't block off enough.
They got closer now. A couple of body tags. Ye is in trouble. He's pulling out a couple of those smokes, the cloud bursts, but it doesn't stop the barrage of bullets being thrown apart here by Global Esports.
Vision, they really can't do all too much in this retake. Global is just controlling things. Ye, again, getting shut down because of Russ and the whole
pedestal where Polvi do go things. The things that he does, so scary up against Bleed.
Oh.
He might have overextended his welcome a little bit with that peek of his, and this coaxes the push with the Reckoning, and somehow Bleed comes in, Egoist with the double kill already, pushing up the huge use on that dart, and in the matter of a split second, it's just all been turned up in their heads. Benkai gets the double spray down, and he almost stopped.
Great decision making by Darian then.
And a huge mishap on Polvi. He swung out to like 3 people from Bleed checking him out.
Oh.
Which was a big, big no-no. Polvi, though, he just got through. Gets the first pick. Crazy Guy right on top, but Russ immediately gets the refrag. Dust settles.
So,
That's gonna
again, it's the same problem. This A site. Global Esports, first of all, you got Russ with the suppressive knife from KO, and it just blocks off or gives him enough information. Ye has not been having a good day whatsoever, and that just softens up the site so much. As soon as Ye falls, the rest of Global Esports just decides that they can rush in. Takes Crazy Guy to be perched up on top of screens to get...
The one biggest takeaway for me has got to be Russ. He was, I think, very shaky, you know, with that match that they've had against Zeta, but this time, it's all very much different. Crazy Guy, you were talking about how he's got some nasty setups, and there it is. Null Command is available here for Russ to utilize to make himself into a very elsewhere. So A strong inkling that it is B, so no need to push there anymore. And Durian, ooh, what a risk that he's taking right now.
should run.
They are just right underneath each other. Spotted. Does he know about the belt person? He does not. Blaze King comes in. Yay does get the 1 kill, but it is all for naught here, Quack, as Benkai gets the trade. That lockdown is still up and running. Doesn't get any detains, but it clears out the rest of this site. So we do have a clean 3v2 in this post. Really good setup. And then there's just that one mishap that changes everything, right? That one thing. And then it...
And as we go back in, we're back into the same A play. We've got Benkai and Lightning Fast up towards mid. But even then, you know, talk about a plan gone wrong from before. Darian didn't really know how to respond either when he pushed up.
Ooh,
now it's Polvi.
Polvi. What a positioning there. And again, they were just waiting for that wall to drop down before they start exploding into the site. And it feels like this plan has been replicated, changed up a little bit, but still the A site is where GE find their home. Sure, they've rotated a couple times to B, but here players from Bleed, and that spike positioning not really to his favor. Man is in a tight spot, to say at the least. And
sure, that Global Esports can't really feel too comfortable even if they have won this site so many times before.
They're running down this clock very, very much. Nano Swarms could provide some indication of denial. Egoist, pretty damn good on that one with the kill here on Polvi.
Ooh,
Late lurk from Blaze King. Dart, presence known outside of screens. If you can get a couple of picks, that should be lethal for him. While his teammates on the side are fighting back, and Blaze King somehow manages to pick up Crazy Guy. Durian does get the refrag, but that is time wasted for the favor of Global Esports. Coming in back onto the site. Viper's Pit makes it very difficult for them to push up, but they found Lightning Fast. That pit's going down. Time is ticking. Benkai still alive. Did he press any late nano swarms?
Yeah.
And Russ is also doing the same with the fragment.
Wow.
They're buying as much time as they can. Russ pushes up, gets denied. Spike. Ooh, I don't know. It's close. And it's barely just defused there by Bleed. 0.95.
Because they play so far back, they were able to play around at the timings like I mentioned, and then get some frags in. Right? That's what they really need. Softening up those defenses as soon as the spike goes down. Now, Global wants to change up the plan. Ye is positioned for this.
Blaze
Surely
King.
he delivers.
Blaze King can use his... Oh, no! Yay! Man got the opportunity to do so, but he whiffed the shot. And now he might be forced back here, and... I don't know, man.
There are no words.
That was a big mishap.
There are no words. It is what it is. We keep going forward. Global bits of timing or just the sudden peaks out. They're able to react so quickly to take him down. But guess what? Crazy Guy comes back in with the Guardian play. Spike not down yet, but surely soon enough.
Ooh.
And Bleed are trying to wrap back in around this, make them feel uncomfortable.
Turn the Tide activated here from Durian, forcing them into the embracing hands of Crazy Guy. He's been good on the Guardian for 2, but he can't convert it into the 3rd. Reckoning denies just a lot of this one. Durian is so close to the rest of them, but they haven't planted anything just yet. The miss of the bullets, but Russ is there to back up his teammate, and Egoist is left into a 3 versus 1. He can get close. He might be able to find Russ and Member here, but he cannot convert.
These movements are felt. Egoist is definitely in position, you know, now deciding to really kind of reinforce the mid ground. Although it's not really been a lane that Global has explored before. I don't know how much this Stinger can do though. Spots the shoulder, goes in for the spray, tries to reload. But it's a quick trade. Now B site might be open unless Scary can turn things around.
Did Blaze King already gave away his position on yellow? Well, regardless, Scary's pretty much aware of what could happen here right in front of him. And makes quick work of Blaze King. Bleed, come back to strike. Man is a mathematician. More than that, he's a crazy good Valorant player. Alright, let's see what happens here. Null Command's been activated already. There's the utilization of the Null Command. No escape here for Ye. as he only gets the shutdown on the one. Lightning Fast and the rest of Global Esports as they just keep getting kill after kill after kill. Leaves Scary to his devices. Then for
elimination matches right here. Who wants it more?
Well, Povey seems to say I do with that first pick on Crazy Guy. Trade for trade though, but Ye is down to 45. He's still trapped for Global here on B Long between Russ and Lightning Fast. Holding their position. Russ, I don't know if he spotted Ye here or if Ye's gonna check the corner, and it is trigger discipline. Ye has, oh my god, Lightning Fast does get the trade-off, down to 4 bullets, and he will get immediately dealt with by the rest of Bleed. Bleed now. He's slowly creeping up onto the B side. One playing at the back of things. Benkai swings out. Fortunately, everybody's just too quick. Blaze King does get the quick trade. Does he know about the late lurk here from Egoist on mid that Recon Dart will expose? So his suspicions are correct. Big tags, one more, and he will be able to get that. Bleed gets it. And I just heard it.
Completely bypasses all of it. Free plant.
Egoist does get overwhelmed. How much damage did he tag? We'll use the body system. You know, it's not us as buddies. It's us using you as a body shield as they push up into the side as a 4-man. Look at this. They're just going to waterfall to the side. I love the idea. But of course, Bleed, all they got to do is set their crosshairs to eliminate. And boy, will they. Russ down to 4. I mean, if he can keep them inside this event horizon radius, this could be a good thrifty round for Global as the rest of Bleed are just running for dear life. Who will die? Yay, so I feel like that's still a win here for Global. Is sitting on a Reckoning, by the way. Ah, yes, there it is. As soon as I mention it, activates it straight up. Are they going to push through this, though? I mean, yeah, they can get those stuns working for them, but how well can they trade? Pretty damn well, actually, here for Bleed. Russ is by himself, the back of the site, holding on, and he will be able to shut down Ye. 2 versus 3 here. Cove gives some entryway here for Durian, who was able to pick up a rifle, picks down Russ, and is making it a very good case right now that Bleed's bonus is pretty damn successful. The swing out, the trade in. Durian's been spotted on Heaven, and Benkai in a 1 versus 1. Can the former Paper X player do it? Unfortunately not, as Durian clutches forward. Maybe just a couple of flashes, couple of those shock darts, but other than that, it's all classics all the time. Ye puts himself up on the boost spot on Generator. Does get the pick onto Russ here. Wow. And they're just going into his crosshairs. He does take a bit of damage, but that's just a pistol, man. That's not going to take him down very quickly. Benkai, yikes, actually goes almost a takedown. But Bleed's been pretty clean these past couple of rounds, and it's all down to Polvi now.
Forgot.
Copyright infringement.
RES. I mean, at the very least, still want to go for that round loss bonus, but on the other hand, now Ye starting to open things up. Starting to look a little bit better for Bleed as they tie things up with the score.
Yeah. Global Esports are stumped. This is going to be a full-blown retake. Lightning Fast. Ooh, he's already committed the wall, and Durian's always have his Reckoning up and running already here, and that's always to the benefit right now for Bleed. Shut that onto Ye. Gonna make it a little bit better for the onslaught of Global Esports, but here comes Lightning Fast, and Crazy Guy made the mistake of the jump spot. That's gonna be something bad for him. It's already halved, so unless Scary can really do something other than just these post-plant throws, I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe Egoist can get him, yes! Oh my god, that's actually absolutely phenomenal. Time is enough for Scary to clutch it!
Unbelievable. Another plant.
Time of the spike just a little bit off-center there, so the pop shots from Blaziken can't really get through it, through that high tide. Big flank coming in from Polvi here. No utilities activated just yet. Here comes the flank. There's the use on the Hunter's Fury from the other side to break down that Killjoy ultimate. Once this wall drops down, all hell will break loose, and who will come out on top? It's actually going to be Global. To be used by Bleed.
At the very least, I mean, back thinking about it, compositionally speaking, I want to see Darren doing more. Ooh. Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, just as you said.
But at what?
The Hunter's Fury as well. And as the Sova stays stuck in that animation, yeah, the rest of Bleed, this tiny little squad approaches B.
Polvy's coming in. He's using that Sova drone as a drone to give him a little bit of that inside yellow, but it does absolutely nothing. He wanted that firepower alongside with Blaze King if it could have been done. It's not, so they break through onto those double digits.
So that means the game is not yet over.
You know how Bleed just second guesses someone's going to push them up, and they get that trade for free. There's more trades happening here on A main, and Ye's just like, thank you very much. Give me those 2 kills. Leaving Benkai and Blaze King by themselves for the moment.
Because both teams are, it's kind of like the wave and the moon really pushing and pulling with gravity. Blaze King trying to play off of some of these timings on the peaks, but it's not quite going to be enough. Always trying to get a good read for some of these rotations.
They spot the alarm bot being brought down. Now they work their magic. One in the front, one in the back. That's going to take away the operator's hands for Bleed that possibly could go into map point. Big flash at the back of the site. Ye just backs away. Quick little flash. Crazy Guy chasing the kill here on Snowman. And Polvy somehow manages to pick up a couple of kills. If he can reset the blades, that's going to be huge. Spike has been denied the plant. Drops right down into the site, doubles up with his teammates. They're a little bit too much constricted here, but Polvy finds it once again. The Finnish superstar brings it all the way back. Never mind. Ye with the turnaround, 183K. And we go to map point.
I gotta see it from Ye's POV. Was it a spray transfer? Was it taps? Whatever it was, he got all those 3 kills. And while Global Esports with their setup, with Polvy's knives almost turning things around for Global Esports, Ye shuts all of it down. It lined up for him.
Look at that smile. El Diablo!
Nothing doing for the time being. It got Bleed a little bit of presence made, a little bit of space. And off of that, positioning, now the Reckoning able to push off any Global Esports players who might be on site. High Tide blocks up a lot as well, but Blaze King, good spray this time.
Spike planted.
I mean, his opponent just popped a couple of shots through the smoke. Blaze King, a master tracer. Just bringing up back the pain to the source of, to the point of origin. It's a huge fragment though. Here comes Russ activating the null command already. Ye's gonna have to get a couple of impact kills here, or else it's just gonna be all for naught. Ego is gonna be doing his darndest again. He did it a while ago with Scary, but not gonna happen this time. And Global Esports,
unless Lightning Fast or Russ can really fend them off.
They're making a lot of noise.
Okay, there's 0 point.
Lockdown's been activated already. They're still holding the angle here on Maze. The lockdown does clear up most of the site itself, and I think Bleed was able to spot that nobody tucked themselves into the corner of the back, but they haven't really pushed up to the site itself. Are they going to do it now or go in the opposite direction? Seems like it's going to be a commitment. This is very hairy here for Bleed. Global Esports, they've tucked themselves into corners. Scary's got the first pick, but Polvy's right here holding on. Cannot for Blaze King. And it has gone topsy-turvy on either side. Lightning Fast. Anchoring, hoping, praying that he can maybe get something before, or rather as he waits for Benkai to come in for the play, and Benkai comes up huge. 1 versus 1. It's him and Scary. 20 seconds. Scary's gonna have to pick up the spike, but look at this. Benkai's down to 10. Scary, all he needs is 1 bullet, a hair, a whiff, and that might be it. No damn way he misses this, and Scary gets it. Benkai had the opportunity, but it is...
They feel the tension of the elimination match coming through.
Absolutely.
Polvy, Global Esports, they want to break open the site.
He breaks open with this fight against Durian that completes rest of Global. Now pushing up into ropes. Oh my god, where did that come from Russ? He just Goomba stomped the head of Durian there. And Global Esports opening Pandora's box, but Egoist has been such a crucial factor right now. The trades and Blaze King. A team that I feel like embodies ripping off the Band-Aid. right? Like, oh, you want us to take this nice and slow? No! Go in! Just hammer it down onto the side, which they will definitely do. And Benkai and Russ commands authority here on that A site, leaving the rest of Bleed to just scratch their heads, maybe get themselves a condensed angle here. That could be something, but Global Esports, they got themselves a pretty sick amount of crossfires too, but not even that could really, you know, stop Blaze King. And he's just gonna pick himself up a 3K, one away from the Thrash.
Dude, Blaze today.
They're looking to prioritize the contact once again. Very aggressive use on that fault line too. Already gonna push through this. Ah, there's the contact, and Durian, ooh boy, shooting gallery at its finest. Lightning fast alone. Spike dropped at A main, so 2 avenues, A main or ramps. Choose your poison.
Either way,
choose your ladder. Yeah.
Either way, it's yeah. Not something that's gonna be easy to.
You're perfectly fine with me.
Pings out the Thrasher orb as well. And the rest of the squad is fully aware of what might happen next, but unfortunately the response not quite as good. Bleed Egoist only able to pick up 1.
Where did that TP come from? Or where did that TP go? Lightning fast. Did he see Ben could actually go around the corner? That's going to be a big one too if you think about it. As Durian not really given any form of contact here for now. There it is. 1 to 2. Dashing right in, but Durian is quick. Not quick enough to deal with the 2 players still available here from Global that shuts him down. Who gets who first? That's the question on that rope contact, if ever there was any rope contact. Polvi straight up marching his way here on B Heaven. He's got a chance to peek this, but he's not going to do that just yet. He just charges through the smoke, and Polvi's, thank you very much. That
I know exactly.
Yeah, okay. Neural Theft to combat that. 1-for-1 trade though. Crazy Guy does find another. But with all of these Neural Theft activations, it could actually be turned ups in their heads, and Russ just backs away through the A site. But the counter Neural Theft does give all the information that Bleed needs to know.
Rotation's over. Darian with the rocket.
Hey,
Polvi!
That's why he got picked up, man. He gets those moments, and when you thought the big connection of ability is there to shut you down, he just raw talent, raw firepower. You know, he's the one with the showstopper. That's going to deny some pushes for a good chunk of seconds, which allows the rest of Global Esports to go the other way. They're going to try to clear Heaven. If they're not on Heaven, they're just going to drop down, help out Polvi here.
So there's always that extra assistance. All Polvi's got to do is to get that information for the team.
Enemy remaining. Last player
Spikes them out too. And all Russ has to do is hold, wait, and play. Spots out Scary, who was going to go for the full defuse. Global Esports.
Push past main, maybe up ramps. I don't know if they'll go through screens.
Oh, I think they realize it too. I mean, even if they don't realize it, they have options to go elsewhere. And since they did leave Blaze King here on mid, they can always have an opportunity to pinch coming into that mid side. And now they're like, something's up.
Precisely. How can Bleed do damage on the retake?
Left. Spike planted.
I mean, there's still 5 people, so if they catch someone holding an off-angle position here, can take away a weapon, or, you know, global players that have been heating up, especially Blaze King, right?
You don't want to give him another Thrasher.
Exactly.
Russ sitting on the Rolling Thunder too. What's your
the operator? It's been pretty solid in that Sunset map, but is it going to solid enough here on Split where he doesn't really have that much line of sight? Polvi, the double satchel catches Crazy Guy. This makes it significantly harder for Durian to really get that contact, but it doesn't matter. He still shuts down Polvi.
Good
Thank you
shot
very much.
back in his place. Global Esports might be able to, you know, go out along with a Dizzy push.
And they do have the Rolling Thunder, right? So
I don't know. Like it makes sense, but
yeah, you don't want to use it willy-nilly, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna look for contact elsewhere. Benkai has always been that person that likes to do this, but timing is good actually.
Whoa.
Is that gonna, the question is that gonna gravitate the rotation from Bleed and allow Global to actually start pushing into the ace to the B site?
Oh, it does. And the Rolling Thunder. You're right, Asterai. Even though it's not maximum effect, it does do enough to push Darion away. But Scary from the top of heaven comes back in.
That nade is very far off from
Spike
Russ.
planted.
Darion might not even know that Lightning Fast is around the corner. Okay, as the dust settles, it's 3 versus 2. Darion is only aware of the positioning of Russ here, not Lightning Fast, who is inside this smoke. It's going to be the double contact. There it is. It's all going to be up and down to how quickly he can actually get that transfer, which is not really too hot. That Paranoia does nothing against Russ. It's a 1 versus 1. Scary's been a clutch master, but Russ can do something extraordinary, and that is the... It's the smart use of utility too, because there would be a world where he didn't get the A push, and they could still do that B play.
Global squad
Tripwire destroyed.
looking to make something happen towards B. They got the utility for it. As long as they can block off heaven.
Quick little TPs there from... Oh, that's a big flash. Egoist. Does he go against it? The push out, and it's just too clean for Global. No sweat in that one. I like how, again, Lightning Fast is using himself as a human recon dart where he just keeps TPing in positions for his teammates to feed off of, but Benkai also solid on these lurks. That's crazy, guy.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But absolutely right. I mean,
Stab, 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 stab. Ah. Yeah, was looking.
secure the round win, why not?
Yeah, retaliation would be for Bleed here. They're creating plays, sure enough, but Global's just, yeah, we'll just play our own game, keep pushing forward. We still have Polvi, who's been so good at these contact plays, and there it is once again. Durian, okay, there we go. He's getting the impact play. Neural Theft slows it down a little bit further. Blaze King now calling the rotation. Easy for him. Anyways, hold heaven. They must. Planet for heaven, planet for open, and it's a 3 versus 3 on this retake.
Still can really break apart this heaven hold. Darion out through. Ooh, punches him.
Yeah, Egos was waiting for a better angle there if he can. Benkai through the smoke as well. Lightning Fast coming here too. Paranoia coming out, but does not dissuade Scary, and Egoist is not in a good spot, but he doesn't need to be. Excuse me, Egoist with the
Picture of two bodies on the ground.
Oh yeah. Durian so close to, he's hiding in the corner. He's been spotted, and that's gonna be him down and dusted. Yay, holding the angle here. Pushes out with the snake bite, but gets caught in the collateral of things, even hiding inside the smoke. Seeker's been activated here by the defenders, but it's so early that, and he might not be able to do anything at all.
Yeah, great ways to check too from the likes of Russ.
Only good for one though.
Still good reactions nonetheless, but yeah, you're up to take. The rest of the Bleed members aren't even really moving.
I'm on to Mail, and you see a few seconds later that Ye's there. So it's at some point you're thinking, was Durian supposed to get any form of support utility or support spray down from Ye as to why he held whiff of anyone trying to get this B main control? He might even use the showstopper, but it's not even needed as he gets that double spray down beautifully executed. They're gonna push him up, and Polvi just pulverizes the opposition. Scary holds on, gets the 3K, pushes back Blaze King. No more flashes for him. Does have a, but he waits patiently as Benkai comes in with the double up, and Ye's right here in the corner, helping out Scary with this Judge 2 in hand. Wow. Oh, that was a risk. That was a risk! He didn't even second guess if he should break the wingman. He just tanked it everything and hoped that his Judge would be good enough in that close quarters. And this might all be just all for naught. The tag as well, and Crazy Guy, he disabled for a couple of seconds, and they've allowed Global to plant the spike in a very safe manner. And we're not even the just yet. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Crazy Guy's pushing up. And what just happened, Quack?
Just Global Esports feeling that confidence today. I mean, of course, Egoist with nothing but a classic. We're expecting him to clutch back up. He did it before. Knows exactly where Ben is.
Oh my god! 4 bullets! A classic to start things in a 2 versus 1. Gets the kill. Has to use the North F, sure. but please, I do not want to deal with this. This is not up to my pay grade, at least for now. Oh my goodness. Okay, I am overreacting way too much, I know, but Polvi is creating openings when there's so little.
The round just started, he just got right in, and the spike's already planted.
Scout destroyed.
Bleed have got their work cut out for them. The peek out does allow Durian to get the trade quickly against Lightning Fast,
Whoa.
and Durian just running it down. They're hoping that they can get these contacts. Russ, if he can get a kill, maybe he can rip out an ultimate for himself. One around the corner is going to be Blaze King, but do they know, coming up from heaven is Benkai. Defuse on the spike, the crazy guy holds his teammate's hand, and Bleed somehow manages to...
They have to be ready. Look at mid.
What a stack here, as you mentioned, on mid too. Any push-outs on Rafters, Paranoia will be soon to follow, but did Durian get get hit at all? Excuse me, for the loss of words. The reposition so that the Aftershock does not engulf him. Nade is available, throws it out of the corner, and that is a great separation of utility here for Bleed. You see Global trying to push through, and they get separated again because of the snake bite, again because of that paint shells, but trades come in to plant on the spike here for Bleed, but Global have heaven and screen control, but Durian is putting the effort.
Gets further info, just sees one, right? So he knows where the other is.
I mean, they're taking a very long time to get close into things. Blaze King can get the trade on Egoist, but it's only as good as that.
Flash just doesn't quite cover what you need it to sometimes, or the timing of it as your opponents move out. It's a little bit unfortunate.
Does get the trade on Yay. This is just again, a pistol here for Global too. If they push up, Russ has a stun, so maybe that's going to be something to utilize right now, which it actually is working out fairly well for Global Esports. They've got the numbers advantage already, which he already has, and they're not even looking at this. Bleed are so lost. The Thrifty is so solid for the South Asian team, but now it's all left again in the hands of Egoist, and he doesn't even have the spike in his inventory. Womp womp.
Still, though, want to be careful about it. You got two classics, can't lose any advantage that you have.
Breach.
Round's not over.
Oh my gosh, he even get the 180, but Benkai's just too quick. Fast has put up his smoke 3 times on B main. And Bleach is counting, maybe this is a blessing for them.
Right through now.
Left.
Oh,
I mean, it's not a wall, dude.
great timing on the spam.
He can shoot through the smoke. He has a teammate right beside him that can help him out. And lightning fast, like a viper, coiled he strikes. Egoist does get the rush down. 12 seconds. Can he plant the spike? Scary put in such an unfavorable spot.
Oh, Russ.
Yes, just go in and plant it. And he can.
I can't. Can you call the entire team to adapt well enough to this? Of course, they are attacking, so it's not the easiest feat. Darren does have a showstopper, but this round, not the one that
Durian is just quickly charging in, finds Benkai, uses the nade to delay things a bit further. Does he pick up the weapon? That's the question.
Yeah, I think he does.
He does. And gets
Passes
out.
it on over.
Paranoia has been thrown out. Here's the bombardment from the rest of Global. Lightning Fast gets one. Blaze King comes into the corner here. There's too much for him to handle, but he is perfectly juggling the aggression up until the point. Oh wow, there is a world where Durian can get a pick on Polvi, and that world is now. That world is here. We're living in that multiverse, ladies and gentlemen. Durian does not come into the fight here. Just Lightning Fast is into the corner, but a quick flick and a quick shot does get that 1-for-1 trade. Blaze King now just frantically shooting through B main here, as Bleed have gotten themselves that...
not to mention Russ's full kit might be useful for retake. So as soon as they confirm that the site hit goes towards A, now just setting up for it, Russ needing to kind of stay alive or at least pick up a frag, but unfortunately that's
really
not
just that.
True. He did do that in this round.
Yeah, exactly, right? Polvi's been such a thorn on Bleed's side for a very set-up thrash here from Blaze King. And if Bleed overreach, Polvi is waiting for the Kumbayas, the boom boom pows. He pushes right up, but Durion gets 2.
Oh.
There's going to be the aftershock right now from Russ. And even though this is a weaker buy for Global Esports, the trades are even, and Bleed still are very much aware of the big ultimate looming at the A site if again, Polvy's still holding in that position. These pesky tripwires that is set up everywhere.
Oh, Ben.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, but they probably won't. Crazy Guy's one off from his Seekers as well here. Benkai's holding on.
To go with the classics.
Look at how far everyone from Bleed is placed at. Scary's just done.
Oh, great camera from Benkai.
Player standing.
That's hard. Polvy's by himself at this point. Plant, Spike actually out in the open. This works in their favor. Now Polvy's been spotted. If you can just jiggle a little bit more for Crazy Guy to get that bit of information. Wow. It's not even diffused at all, yeah. So he has to back away. Gets the quick little punish. And Bleed Esports.
For Ultimate still able to keep themselves in the lead. Polvy back to the sudden rhythm game where we push out.
Too much rhythm. If we're looking at how he just re-peeked that. Trade for trade though, both of the raises down and dusted. And this gives a chance right here for Bleed to rotate.
Definitely here's the Trailblazer at the very least, trying to make use of his one-way. He's got a second. Oh no.
He doesn't have a second chance to actually use it.
I was thinking about it. Yeah, the lurker now. And Bleed having the economy to go for this hunt.
I will become what you want me to be, or what you need me to be.
That's what a Flex player does.
Yeah. He's like the Batman of Bleed right now. I never thanked you, and you'll never have to.
It's not there.
It's one ult charge away from getting his ultimate. Russ, does he want to challenge this? Does he want to punish this? He will. And no picks will be garnered. Durion's just charging it in. That's going to get punished. Lightning Fast comes back into cover, and Bleed somehow should be at least bombarded and wiped out, but they're holding on. Benkai gets the 3K though. The man himself is creating opportunities, is creating moments for Global Esports. Is all it takes for you to really get punished by it. Crazy Guy is nursing an operator right now on attack. Durion spots it. He gets one. That wall saves him. And Russ, trying to get any form of contact, any form of trade, gets denied, and himself in the process as well. Benkai gets a couple of kills, but he can't do what he did in that last round, leaving Polvy in a 1 versus 4 with an operator in hand. Right?
Masters Madrid.
Masters Madrid, and I'm pushing.
Yeah, check
from
B.
from Global Esports.
If there's something around this area
jump
of
spot.
heaven, yeah, then they might be able to play around. So both lurks actually very important that they stay alive, whether it's Egoist or Ye.
Okay, the biggest person that needs to stay alive from Bleed here has got to be Scary. Because first things first, they've dropped the spike, and they need to pick it up somewhat. Okay, they're still beaming control right now. Durion's coming into the corner here. Blaze King is right in front of him. Trigger Discipline could provide some dividends, which it does. And Blaze King is holding on. This is going really, really bad for Bleed as they get unraveled. They took too long. And again, Spike's going to have to be brought into that A site. But everybody's taking corners, checking angles, and it's all down once again to Egoist. This time, he's by himself. Right in front of him is Polvy, and Polvy
has so much, but then towards the end, just one guy was the difference.
It's just that one misstep, that one not checking of a corner, and everything just goes down the drain, right? I mean, you're talking about it. We're looking at it. Durion, is he just gonna push this? This could actually just be them losing their lives, but he somehow manages to find Benkai. They destroy the tripwires here, and Bleed strike back.
Okay.
It's not yet over. It's a 4 versus 3, sure, but you can never count out Global Esports, so Bleed has still got
Blaze
to...
King. Up next is going to be Polvy, looking to dive straight onto sight, perhaps from heaven, but denied by Darian.
One enemy remaining.
There's one more. That's going to be Russ. IGL, captain, my captain. Can you lead me into the promised land? He's dropped down on Hell here. They know where he is. the reposition, but he's good for the first, could be good for the second. Crazy Guy, if he overheats, that's an opportunity for
again. This time, not really smoking things off. It's just Ben with the Cyber Cage up, Blaze King trying to go back in.
Tripwire not found. That could be Durion's life already done, which somehow, miraculously, it doesn't. Holby gets immediately traded in the back of the side. Benkai still here. Pushes up. He converts, and Benkai is the hero, leaving it all down to Scary 3 versus 1. Neural Theft activated. Oh, this is going horribly wrong for Bleed. And Scary, he's done miraculous things during Ascension Pacific. Can he do it now? Global Esports close to eliminating their opponent. Scary's giving away his location here. He's got a shot at step.
It is Scary.
10 seconds for the smoke too. Paranoia. There's the swing out, and Benkai for the 4K, and the winning play to keep Global Esports alive, eliminating Bleed from kickoff.
Every